Okay, moving along on the chapter on cults and cult-related murders, you can see that your authors present three different types of cult of cases of profiles basically, and I think what's important is again to recognize the differences here, but of course there may be some overlap. The first type of group is a denomination, which tends to be large and stable and have formalized rules, regulations, and a hierarchy of offices. They may have they do have official holy days, and they have organizational finances and structure, just like any corporation. And some may engage in human and animal sacrifice, and others, of course, may not. But our main focus here would be on when there is either sexual abuse or some type of violence that is carried out within that type 1 denomination. Type 2 is referred to as a cult, which has limited and more transient membership, and that's really where the cult comes into play. It's smaller. They may have more informal rituals, more personal authority with an individual leader, and they may not have any holy days. They may also engage in violent criminal behavior, human and animal sacrifices, and other types, but not necessarily. But it does become an issue when the group or the cult does. And then finally, the type 3 is the more personal, self-styled, ritual-related criminal behavior, where again you may have human and animal sacrifice and other violent criminal activities, but this group tends to be more very small. Maybe it's an individual or a couple of friends that get together and form a particular group, and we've seen this before with 2 or 3 people that get together and form their own group and engage in criminal activities. If we look at the chart in your textbook, they talk about satanic sect, devil worship cults, and self-styled devil worship, which kind of goes along with the types. And what you can see is that again, the ones that we're concerned are the ones that engage in criminal behavior. So you're going to have animal and human sacrifice as possibilities here. Although many of the groups don't engage in criminal behavior. I don't want to give the impression that every satanic group engages in criminal behavior. No, what we're focusing on is those that do engage in criminal behavior that also happen to be involved in satanic worship. Again, the victims differ. With the satanic sects tend to be members, and with the devil worship cults and self-styled worship tends to be strangers. You may also see blood sacrifice, but burn sacrifice more likely with the satanic sect. And as far as looking at an executioner, you may actually have a priest that has that role in the satanic sect, where it's a leader in the more a smaller devil worship cult, and a self-stylist individual person who takes on a leadership role, or a lone person in that regard in the self-styled devil worship. Again, if you're involved in investigating at a crime scene and looking for satanic rituals, you may find some items such as hooded black robes, an altar, certain symbols such as the pentagram, some crosses, candles, bells, chalices, different fluids or potions, swords, knives, animals, and in the cases where there is human sacrifice, you may find skeletal remains of babies or children or animals. Also twine, robes, masks and costumes, or a phallus or objects representing a penis, a gong, and you may find blood as well. And again, this will vary depending on the particular group and whether or not they engage in this type of behavior. And we'll continue the third part, looking more specific at the psychodynamics of the cult on the next video.